And welcome everyone to another presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. We've got a chance now for our starting lineups from point guard to center. This game should be a good one. And it's the Hawks to start out. Outside Wilkins. Pass to Hudson. Now Mutombo. Here's Hudson. Here is Korver. Here is Korver. Off target with his three. Now here's Wallace. Up top Dumars. Here's Wilkins, and a foul on the shot. Wilkins. That free throw good from Wilkins. Both shots good from the stripe. Dumars with it. Outside Thomas. Lets it go from deep. Kept alive. Here's Wallace. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. This is his first free throw of the game. And the first one at the line is good. That one misses. A chance now to go over to Doris Burke, who had a chance to talk with head coach Mike Budenholzer. About 1 minute into the first quarter. Here's Hudson. And here is Wilkins. 6 to shoot. Left side Wilkins. And he hits it just before the shot clock expires.
It is so hard to contain. He just seems to get it done however he has to do it.
Pass to Thomas. About 1.5 minutes through the first quarter. There's one-handed slam. Atlanta with the ball. Korver. Here's Hudson. Left side Wilkins. Left side Wilkins. Left side Wilkins. And the officials call goaltending, so they'll award the basket.
He didn't get to that one quite in time, Kevin. Those can be tough to gauge sometimes.
The Pistons making a change here. Outside Thomas. And about 2 minutes played here in the first quarter. Pass to Griffin. Good on the baseline, Jay.
That's a clean look they gave him there, fellas, and he drains those.
Here's Hudson. And here is Mutombo. Here's Hudson. Thomas is on him. Here is Korver. Shot clock at 5. Now Wilkins. Up again, and it's Dikembe with the jam. First quarter of basketball, just over 2.5 minutes play. Time called here. The Pistons decide to talk it over. The Pistons making a change here. The Pistons trailing. Outside Billups. Here's Stackhouse. Here's Stackhouse. Stolen away. About 3 minutes gone here in the first quarter. And he gets the bucket. 8 points for him.
Well, I'll tell you what, the defenders didn't even get a sniff of him on that move to the hoop.
So it's Detroit now. Now Billups. Stackhouse. Atlanta with the rebound.
Terrific job that time defending at the rim. I mean, it's not an easy task stopping that fella when he's headed to the bucket like that. Good job.
Pass to Hudson. There's a screen. Mutombo inside. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk. First quarter play and just over 3.5 minutes in. Outside Billups. Now here's Griffin. Right side Griffin. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot two.
And another thing that stands out about him, Steve, he has the ability to score even with defenders draped all over him. He's so strong around the goal.
And the Hawks with a completely new group on the floor. The Hawks leading. Outside Teague. Pass to Millsap. Horford with it. Lock at 6. Here's Stackhouse. He hasn't scored yet. That I'm sure will change. Now here's Teague. Back to Millsap. Right side Millsap. And that comes off the assist by Jeff Teague.
They've been hot here early, dropping them in left and right.
Here's Hamilton. Al Horford with the rebound.
If they could end every possession with that shot, they'd be happy. 9 times out of 10, that's an easy layup for them.
Outside Teague. Millsap. Back to Teague. Pass to Millsap. Blocked. But he gets it back. And we reach the end of the first quarter. Hawks on top. All right, the second quarter beginning in just a moment. Well, from what you guys are seeing from the Hawks, what are you thinking about their performance? Now, here's Rudd. Here's Billups. Offline with his three. Atlanta with the ball. 6-point lead. Back to Horford. And the shot counts. He's fouled. It's a chance for a three-point play. He's getting his first free throw attempt of the game here. And here is Billups. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Here's Stackhouse. He muscles it in through the contact, and they call the foul. And he's on his way to the free throw line. Back to Horford. Out to Maravich. They set the pick. 6 on the shot clock. And off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him.
They are not rotating nearly quickly enough on defense down low. Got to get quicker there.
It's Rip Hamilton on the wing. Hamilton with it. No good from Hamilton. Just over 1 minute has passed here in the second quarter. Now, here is Smith. Pass to Rivers. Hamilton with it. From deep. Here's Stackhouse. Blocked. And here's Rivers. Horford up top. Rivers. And Smith backing in. Puts it up from 12. Hamilton pulls it in. Another shot. And the layup good by Smith.
Some defensive breakdowns are starting to show up now. Their last 4 buckets allowed have come from very close range.
And a different look here for the Pistons. Hill with it. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. DeBusschere inside. The shot's good from DeBusschere. Atlanta calls timeout. And the Pistons making a change here. We're now about 2 minutes into the second quarter. Now Rivers. Pass to Horford.
Defensive foul.
On defense, the Pistons trailing here by 8. Outside, Maravich. They get it again. And here's Rivers. Horford backing in. 4 on the clock. Nice follow-through on the fadeaway. He has 5.
Their prowess inside has been tremendous, guys. I mean, it's been no contest down on the low block.
Now, here's Dumars. Here in the second quarter, we've played a little over 2.5 minutes now. Bing. Rebound, Atlanta. Here's Rivers. Looking for his first basket still in this one. Now here's Millsap. Pass to Maravich. Oh, the shot is good.
Boy, this defense is getting eaten up on the inside, guys, giving up far too many free runs to the rim.
Clark, they've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a little bit of cottonmouth here. Dry spell for sure.
Now, here's Dumars. Hill with it. Outside Hill. It's stolen by Smith. To the inside. A great 1-2 punch. Beautiful pass and nasty jam. Here's Dumars. Outside Hill. Fires from deep. Inside Hill. And good on the basket. Book it.
You might not think of him as a laser three-point shooter, but that shot was there for him, and he had to take it.
Now here's Rivers. Horford, no luck.
All the defender had to do there was just stay close to him, and he did.
Here's Hill. Buries it down low. 5 points in the game. The Hawks leading. Maravich with it. Now here is Horford. Here's Rivers. And it's going to be a goaltending call here, so they'll count the bucket.
He got there late, but you do have to like the aggressiveness to go after the block. But that one's going to count.
So for the Hawks. And here's DeBusschere. Shoots from 8.
That's a huge part of what they want to do defensively. Limit his easy chances inside.
Pass to Hudson. Back to Wilkins. It's all in by Dumars. Outside Hill. Back to Dumars. With 1 on the clock. And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact and he'll shoot 2. It's his first trip to the line. The first one falls. And Dumars drops them both. And we've reached halftime in this one. The Hawks on. And the third quarter about ready to get underway. Nice game, great performance by Dominique Wilkins. Here's Stackhouse. Lanier. Up off the screen. And it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it. He'll shoot 1 more at the free throw line. And the free throw, no good.
They've been the glass eaters today, guys. A ton of effort out of them down low.
Checking out the group for Stan Van Gundy to start the second half. Here is Korver. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard. High post try. Now Wilkins. Here's Mutombo. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. And so Mutombo nails both of them. The Pistons trailing. Now, here's Thomas. Back to Rodman. Outside Thomas. Here's Stackhouse. Shot clock at 6. It's blocked. Here is Korver. And Jerry Stackhouse picks up the foul. That's his first foul. Pass to Hudson. A little over a minute gone here in the second half. And that one's good. Time called here. The Pistons decide to talk it over. And Detroit has possession. 11-point game. Outside Thomas. Now here is Hamilton. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. This is his first free throw of the game. That's good from Hamilton. Hamilton hits both of them. Time called here. The Hawks decide to talk it over. And the Pistons making a change here. And we're just about a minute and a half into the third quarter of basketball. Here's Hudson. Corver. Pass to Hudson. Outside Wilkins. Right side Wilkins. He's against Hill. 4 on the shot clock. Here is Corver. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Here's the break. Oh, he's going up for the alley-oop here. Right side Wilkins. Right side Wilkins. Here's Hudson. Here's Hudson. Back to Wilkins. Here are the Pistons with the ball. They trail by 11. Outside Thomas. Pass to Hill. Hill left side. Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. Lets the three fly. Good. He's got 8.
Well, as for them being behind in this game, you certainly can't put any of it on his shoulders. He's been tremendous offensively.
Here's Hudson. Hudson. That one goes. Count it.
3 consecutive baskets have come right at the rim. The defense had better start buckling down and tightening up.
Here's Stackhouse. Lanier. No good.
Their rebounding has been off the charts today, guys. Reason number 1 this game is out of hand.
Here is Corver. An easy layup after coming off the pick. Outside Hill. Second half here. We're just over 3.5 minutes into it. Stackhouse. Takes the lead pass. Rodman with the ball. The layup off target. Here is Corver. And Hill over to help. Here is Corver. Takes a 3. The shot will not go.
You know, even though he missed that three-point shot, I think the defense has to do a better job of challenging the shot.
It's good, and he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. 3-point play chance here. The Hawks making a switch here. Now T. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Oh, trying for it. And it's out of bounds to the Hawks as Atlanta retains possession. The Pistons making a change here. They set the pick. Outside Wilkins. Back to Teague. Here is Corver. Launches it. And that comes off the assist by Jeff Teague. He's got 5.
D there, guys, was pretty much non-existent. I mean, you can't leave a good shooter like that open.
And here's Dumars. Outside for Griffin. Right side Griffin. Clock at 6. Now, here's Dumars. Stolen by Wilkins. And they're moving it up. Goes down the breakaway jam. Well, through 3/4 of play, down double digits at mid. And thanks again for joining us. Let's see what happens here in the 4th. And here is Teague. Here is Corver. Here's the three. Rebound by Grant Hill.
You know, 9 times out of 10, he's going to knock that one down. He'll spray that one on you.
So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. That one is off. And he's good on the second. And the Hawks with possession here. Pass to Hudson. Now Wilkins. Outside Wilkins. Here is Korver. Back to Wilkins. 6 on the shot clock. And the officials call goaltending, so they'll award the basket.
He thought he had that one clean, but the ref saw it differently. They'll count the basket.
Guys, nothing has really come easy for them today.
Yeah, you'd have to consider this not one of their best performances.
Bing. Bing. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. And the first one drops. And he makes both free throws. 1 minute now into this fourth quarter. Here's Hudson. Here is Korver. Kyle Korver, and that's good. Now here's Wallace. Bing, outside Griffin. Outside Griffin. Soft touch off the glass.
One of the reasons they're behind is because we haven't seen enough of that. He needs to become a bigger part of the offense.
Here is Korver. Outside Wilkins. And the shot is good.
He's been one of their more reliable options today, guys. I mean, his shooting has led them to this lead.
Second minute off the clock now in the fourth. Hill up top. Bing. Another three for Detroit. And the Hawks with possession here. 13-point lead. Mutombo inside. Here is Korver. And the layup's good off the glass.
He's definitely turned things around in this game. I mean, he was more of a background player in the first half. He jumped center stage now.
Well, over the break, I listened in on Stan Van Gundy's huddle.
Ball is with the ball. Pass to Hill. Knocks it loose. Here is Korver. And it's going to be a goaltending call here, so they'll count the bucket.
He almost got to that shot in time, but not quite. You can't touch the ball once it's on the way down.
Now, here is Hill. The shot goes in as the ref calls the blocking foul. He's on his way to the free throw line.
They've raised their field goal percentage just above 50% here. They actually look like a totally different team than what we saw in the first half. Much better execution offensively.
That's tipped. An even 3-on-3 break. Pass to Hill. Shot is off. Here's Hudson. And here is Mutombo. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Hawks will retain possession. Knocked loose. Griffin with the steal. Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. And here's Atlanta. Now Wilkins. Pass to Hudson. And Hill over to help. Mutombo with the ball.
4 of their last 5 makes came off of a high-quality shot inside.
Here's Dumars. There's the triple. That's good.
Of all the guys you want to leave open out on the perimeter, he is the absolute last guy on the list. Attention to detail. Know your personnel.
Here's Mutombo. And he goes up strong with one hand and flushes it down. Here's Dumars. And another three for Detroit.
Pretty looking shot. I mean, when you can hit it from that deep, wow.
And Atlanta has possession. A 12-point game. Here is Korver. Mutombo inside. It's good on the putback. So it's Detroit now. Pass to Dumars. Count the bucket. Here is Korver. Here's Hudson. Right side Wilkins. Bing. Pass to Wallace. Off target at the rim. Here's Hudson. And that foul is called on Grant Hill. That'll be his second foul of the game. Atlanta with the ball, leading by 12. Now here's Millsap. And so it's the Hawks